right, we're here at Warped Tour, July 26th, Aaron's Amphitheater. How's tour been so far?
It's been a circus.
Yeah.
Warped Tour is, to me, a traveling circus. It's like it's 3 parts. It's like 1/3 circus, 1/3 summer camp, 1/3 music, punk rock. Yeah.
Sound good. What was the biggest surprise about tour? Like, what was something that you weren't really expecting, good or bad?
Some of the bands, I'm so, I'm just so used to touring with specific types of bands, like punk rock bands or indie bands,
right?
Or just like we have
just
this
like
almost like
pot.
a niche scene. It separates itself here and there, but there's some bands on this tour where I'm looking at, I'm like, oh my god, what planet are you from? And I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's cool to be exposed to that.
Right.
I was exposed to it when I was younger. When I went to Warped Tour, and I was like I started going since I was like 15. But to be behind the scenes and then to see all these bands, and I feel a lot of it. You look at these bands wearing makeup or wearing all these crazy body modifications,
yeah.
And you look at them like, ew, what the fuck? Then you talk to them, and they're the nicest people, and they're so cool.
Right.
And it's such like a mind-blowing experience for me.
Well, how's that fellowship been with the different bands? Like you said, different genres. Like a lot of times, the pop punk kids kind of stay to themselves. The indie kids over here, is everyone kind of like just coming together like a family and just kind of barriers all down?
There's definitely a lot of bands that are kind of sticking together because we've been on past tours with them.
Right.
Anyone from Massachusetts, I have been immediately friends with in like the first week because we just know we're like a different animal. Like anyone from like the Northeast kind of just knows that you're from there.
Right.
From talking to you for 5 minutes, like, oh, you're from my neck of the woods. Cool.
Yeah.
And then we become friends. So like a lot of merch guys. And there's like 4 bands on this tour from Massachusetts. So making friends with them. I don't know. It's different. It's like after the end of every show, there's like a barbecue for like the bands and the staff. And you just kind of mingle and you get to meet different people from different parts of the country and some different parts of the world. And it does weave itself, but at the same time, like you're meeting other people and making different groups of friends that you wouldn't have. But at the same time, there's definitely little gangs of people, like cliques, that stay on their own, all together. So.
You mentioned the barbecue. How's the food been? The catering?
The food's been great.
Yeah. What are some must-haves on the menu?
Must-haves on the menu. I love the smoothies at the end. Like, I love all the desserts. I don't know.
Smoothies, are they like blenders out and you just kind of make your own?
No, they make them for you.
Oh, okay.
It's cool. It's just like every tour I've ever been on, I've been really excited to go home for a home-cooked meal.
Right.
Sorry, Mom. This is not that tour. This is the first tour where it's really like I'm gonna miss the catering, and I've never missed the catering. But no, it's cool. It's you're very spoiled with food on Warped Tour.
Right.
So even though it's definitely a grueling tour on you physically in the heat, in the dusty fields, parking lots all day, just in the sun, baking under the heat. Catering is definitely one of the best parts.
All right, sounds good. Okay, let's get more on the band itself. What part do you think you personally take on in the band? Are you the one that's kind of like the leader? Each band I feel like has that person that's like the leader, or the person that's kind of just make sure everything goes smoothly, make sure that everyone's doing their part, or are you more the one that's like laid back, listening to what everyone else has to say?
As far as the band goes, mechanically, like how the band operates behind the scenes, it's always been Tim has been the leader of the band, like getting shit together, making sure everything's on time. Performance-wise, I'm the singer, so I'm the leader of the show. To the public. To the band, it's usually between on stage, keeping everything in order. It's usually Tim and Daniel. So it kind of varies depending on what exactly is going on. But yeah, like I write the lyrics. It's a huge part of it. I'm the front man. I try to pump the crowd up as much as I can, kind of get them excited and make sure everyone has a good time and everyone's having fun. So in that sense, I'm the leader. But everything else, it's usually the business end, or like, just making sure everyone's doing the right thing at the right time. It's usually our guitarist Tim.
Right. Now, this is a pretty long run. What is one thing that you had to bring with you on tour? Not something you necessarily needed, but something you just had to bring with you, or something you couldn't bring with you that you really, really wish you could have.
I wish I brought a bike.
A bike? Yeah, I've seen a lot of people with bikes.
Because you got some long walks back and forth to where you need to go every day, and that would just, that would be beautiful if I got a bike. What do I rely on? I don't know. It's I rely on books. I bought a couple on this tour. I rely on movies. I got some of my favorite movies, and I brought them with me, like DVDs.
What are some of those?
Stand By Me. I brought Jacob's Ladder. A lot of '90s movies. I'm a big '90s movie buff. Watched Kill Bill, Volume 1 and 2.
Those are always good.
We just started Sopranos from the beginning. I'm really excited about that. I got to see Amazing Spider-Man in theaters. I got to see the new Batman. Movies really movies and books, comic books. Any comforts you can bring from home to make the tour feel like you're home is the best thing you can do. In a van, when you're starting out in a band, you're starting the band out and you're still touring in a van. There's a lot of things you need to.
How do you guys get along with that? How is that? You guys all being so close? Are you guys pretty much at the point where you just know each other's boundaries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they get stuff. They get. You know, it's like how would you think would happen when you get this, you know, this small little tin can on wheels, this little box on wheels. Okay?
How long does it take until it gets really like, stay out of my face?
It depends. A lot of it, I believe that people, their attitudes and you know, their tempers have a lot to do with their comfort levels. So it has a lot to do with the temperature outside, how much they're eating, what they're eating, if they're drinking too much. It's all variables, and depending on where everyone is, which is never on the same page because everyone's different, doing different things. I don't know, it's really hard to say. You know, I'd say high elevations, we're more irritable. When we're home, we have a lot of friends coming out, so it's more stressful because you're trying to like get people at the gate, let people in, make sure this person knows where you're going. You're texting while you're running around and walking around the venue. It's more stressful at home. It takes a toll more on your body when you're at high elevations like in Denver and like New Mexico. The whole tour seems like a vacation when you're in California, so everyone's chill.
Yeah.
People are usually miserable in Florida because it's so hot unless you're at the beach. It's awesome.
Now, have you guys played your hometown yet?
Yes.
Yeah, how's that?
The best show we've ever had as a band was on this Warp Tour in Boston. It was literally, for the first time, we felt like a main stage band. And it was a sea of people that went back as far as the eye could see. And I've always had a lot of love for Boston, and I've always felt that they've really supported us, and we are the same. But Boston Warp Tour really blew my mind. I was like, I've never felt so much love from the place that I was born my whole life. I'm 25 years old until Boston Warp Tour. That was that. After that, everything else in this band is a bonus. We could completely it could be the end of the band. I'm not saying it's going to be. We just started in my eyes, in everyone else's eyes. But it could be the end of the band tomorrow, and I will 100% feel completely satisfied and complete with what we've accomplished as a band because of that amount of love that we've gotten back and we've exchanged with such a cool group of people at one time.
Right, that's awesome. Now, who are some local bands from Boston that we should check out?
Friends, The Aviator. I really like them. What do you think? There's a bunch of bands. Some of my friends and there's a lot of mostly hardcore bands. I have a friend, Justin J-Bones, who's a rapper. He's got like a rap rock group. Like it's really cool. I hang out with him all the time. Let me think. This band, Power Wolves, which is like a melodic hardcore band, really heavy, really fast, really aggressive. It's all around cool. I don't know, it's different. Then we have the other bands on this tour from Boston. Like we have 4 Years Strong, A Loss for Words, Vanna. It's just cool. It's just such different styles of music in one place.
Right.
So it's just really cool. I love it.
Last question. If you could add one thing to Warped Tour, an attraction, a feature, what would it be?
It's tough. What could they have that they don't have? It's a really tough one. They have a lot of stuff here. Literally all they're missing is a circus tent. I don't know. I definitely think they upped the water situation with Canteen. I think it's really cool.
Yeah,
that it's easier to get water. I wish they just had more of that for kids. Maybe more tents for shade. We see a lot of kids like passing out here and there, and it's really scary.
Yeah.
Maybe more staff at the in between the stages. Sometimes, at least we're on a smaller stage, but we require a lot of staff because the shows have been getting really crazy, and a lot of kids crowd surfing. And once in a while, I'll just see them just eat shit. I'll just see them like fall over, and it's really scary. And I don't know. I'd just say they're doing very well. They seem to have everything pretty much covered. I wish we played it in less fields and less more parking lots and less dirty fields. And I don't know, just more water and more shade is what all people need to have a better time.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the set times interfere with each other, so you'll go to see one band that you really love, and they're almost always playing at the same time as another band.
Hate that.
So that's why we're playing 2 sets a night. So some of our fans will get to see us play acoustic, and then they'll get to see us play full band. So they won't miss us if they have to miss another set.
Right.
So other than just more water and more shade, I think less overlapping times with bands will probably make the whole thing more enjoyable.
Right. So. All right, sounds good. Thank you so much for answering my questions.
Thank
This
you.
is Joby from Transit.
Hi, I'm Joby from Transit, and you're watching Music Villains TV.